But I dated this man for months,
With the
Jade,
hat on?
and never realized that
So let me tell you. So in the summertime, y'all was at the fucking pool.
he had a hat
You
on.
didn't find that
It
suspicious.
was in Chicago. We always wore hats, even in the summertime.
That man was at the
Especially
pool with a hat.
we didn't go to pools. We in the west side of Chicago. Ain't no pool over there.
Okay.
Okay, so I've been on this whole thing with asking Reddit questions, right?
Yes, you love it. You love it.
Sometimes I get some pretty good responses from it. So the question I posed this week:
Yes. What was your question of this week?
what is something that people assume about you that is 100% wrong? So I got 31 responses.
Ooh, okay. What they got?
Um, some of them are like your typical, that I'm mean, but it's just my resting bitch face, which I have that too. We both know I got a pretty strong one, and it makes people think that I absolutely hate them when in my head I'm singing the latest K-pop song, not even thinking about them. But somebody said
Yeah.
people assume that I'm happy. And then she said years of depression taught me how to hide it.
That was
And
a
I'm
deep
like,
one.
but you don't realize how many
Or
people actually
masking.
doing
Oh,
that
they're
though.
masking.
There are, I mean, if you
Mm.
look at my medical records, it says that I have depression, but sometimes you wouldn't guess it. But yeah, I was like, thank you for your honesty. Because not a lot of people would
That
admit
they
that.
opened up. I like that.
They did, but I wasn't really looking for that, that
You
kind
so mean. Child, they exposed their heart to you.
like, and I applaud them for that. But I'm looking for like a kiki, something funny. I ain't trying to get too deep. And
Well, they
depression
took it
can,
there.
yeah, they did. They did. And here's another one. And we kind of touched on this before. So I asked, what is something people assume about you that's wrong? And somebody said, I am, in fact, not a dog or a furry. And I think
Girl, what's the segue into this?
there isn't
Child.
one, but his or he or she or them, they, I don't know. They have a picture of a dog as their profile pic. So
Mm.
I'm guessing they get that a lot, asking if they're a furry or a dog.
Why don't they just change the picture?
I guess they don't want to. Maybe it's their dog.
Have a picture with you and the dog.
Maybe they don't want their picture on there. But furries actually exist though.
Well, yeah, they exist. I thought it was a phase that will eventually go away, but it's
I
not.
thought being a furry was a sexual thing.
It's not always that though.
I'm finding out. Because I told you there's somebody at damn it. Well, there's somebody there.
We gonna
Not
edit that
not the
out.
one,
We gonna
not
edit that out.
no, she ain't gonna edit that
Ah,
out.
ah.
Um Not at the one that I work at, but another one that I've worked at that I've been told considers herself to be, I believe, a cat. And I'm just like, what? And they say, yeah, she'll wear like a cat tail and cat ears and stuff
Yeah.
like
And
that.
if you submit it to HR, you can.
And I was just like,
Yeah.
I I said, I'm sorry, but that's just one thing I don't understand. I mean, I could understand it a little more if it was just about the sexual whatever. Sure, whatever.
No, she's gonna be a cat.
But I'm like, but to like make that your person, your full personality, I don't understand that. But you know what?
You know what?
Not my thing.
That
Everybody
ain't
can
our
do
thing
what
to
they
be
want to do.
involved in.
Huh?
Said people do, they can be involved in. I don't get it. But it ain't for me to get because I'm not a furry.
Same. What if, well, you don't have to worry about that now because you're married. But what if before you got married, when you was still dating and stuff, what if you ended up with a dude that considered himself to be a furry? How would you
Depends on
react?
what he's doing with that mess.
What do you
I'm like,
mean?
are you just what? Are you just putting on costumes? Are you doing other shit? What are you doing?
What could I don't even want to know what the other shit could be. But anyway,
It sounds harsh, but I don't think I want to be involved. But to me, because if I'm not doing it, it's not fun. Now, if we both doing it, I guess it could be fun. But I
yeah,
don't want to
I guess
do
if
it.
I was also into it, it
Yeah, I'm
could be
not
a
into
thing.
it.
But
We
would
want,
you try it?
yeah, it's like the same thing as wearing a maid costume. I wouldn't like get involved in like a lifestyle with it. I wouldn't do none of that.
Would you ever swing?
No, I'm too selfish.
See, I think I would swing.
I'm too
I
selfish.
don't think I would mind swinging.
Too selfish.
Um,
Mm-mm. If I see somebody enjoying my man, I'm finna be mad. Like I'm not gonna be in a good mood. It's not about to be a good time. I can't. I
I
want that cake. I want that cake.
I've always wanted to go to a swingers bar.
Why?
I don't know, I just always have. But they're like super like secretive and stuff. They're
Girl,
almost
yeah,
like a
because it's
speakeasy.
people you know. For the most
Maybe.
part, it's not strangers. You probably have come in contact
But yeah,
with multiple
100%.
swingers and have no clue that you have because
100%.
they feel you out. Because I think I was working with some and they tried to feel me out. And at first, I didn't know what was going on.
Well, I used to mess around with someone that had been to swingers bars before.
Yeah, where they even at?
You don't know, you have to get invited. That
Secret
at least that's what he
society.
told me. He said you have to
It
get
is. It's a
invited.
secret society.
But I kind of want to see what it's like. I was like, yeah, why not? But anyway,
I mean,
what
we in Indiana. I'm sure they're
there's
prevalent.
I'm
I'm
told
sure
that
they're in abundance.
there's a bunch in Indiana.
I'm sure it is.
But what is something people assume about you that is absolutely wrong? This person said, one, that I don't care because I always have such a cold exterior, when in reality, I care way too much and I'm sensitive. It's just a mask I've created to protect myself.
Everybody needs masks.
Yeah, it seems like but at the same time, I 100% get that. Because, I mean, you know from experience with me, I suffer from the same thing. People assume
Yeah.
that I don't care, that I'm cold hearted, just based off of my
But
exterior.
to me, it's silly. It's like because that's not based off of one solid
No,
conversation
it's not.
you had.
I mean,
Now, depending on you, it might have been. It might have been a conversation that was had.
depending on what they did and what was said, yes, it could have been. But you also know, based off your own experience, that there has been plenty of people that has never said a word to me, but yet think I'm the
I
meanest person on the planet. And I'm like, I don't even know who that is.
don't know. I don't get it. Because it's me to say rude shit to everybody just in their face.
You do say rude stuff to people, and I be looking like, but I'm the one classified as a bitch. Make this make sense.
Oh, because me and Chrissy had a time with Scoop. Oh, Kathy was like, I can't believe you. I sure did, and I said it.
Okay, what is something people assume about you that is absolutely wrong? That I would make a great mother. Hell no. I am not used to children, nor do I want to sacrifice my peace. No thanks.
I mean, being a kind person doesn't really equate to having kids. You can be a kind person without having
But
kids.
you know, society still makes women feel like their whole purpose is to create kids and pop out these babies. I mean, I've been told that I'm selfish before because I don't want kids.
To me, what's selfish is having kids you shouldn't have. I think that is
Man,
more
I've
selfish than not having them at all.
the number of people that have
Who I
kids
feel like shouldn't have a damn thing.
and they can barely take care of themselves. And you know what really bugs me? And I actually had this conversation with somebody that I used to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stand the people that have kids just to fill some void for them. And I was
That's so
like, that is
selfish.
so unfair to that child to put that kind of responsibility on them. And I actually commend this person that I was talking to because she admitted it. She was like, you know what? You're right. I 100%, looking back, I 100% had my daughter because of the the issues that I was going through and to help me through that. And I'm just like, that type of responsibility should never be placed on a child.
Well, the thing is, I don't think they purposely do it
No, they
for the
don't
most part.
purposefully
They're not
do
even
it.
aware enough to know that that's what they just go, I want a child. But if you ask them why, it's always some very immature answer.
And
It's.
and I also don't like the responses when you ask people why they chose to have kids and they're like, well, just because I felt like I should.
I
It's
don't know
like,
nobody who ever said
what?
that mess.
Oh, I do. People they just felt like they should, just because the dad wanted kids, um, just because it was an expectation that was put on them that they would have kids. I'm just like,
Maybe I'm too
what?
selfish. Them things wouldn't mean nothing to me.
And here's the thing. I don't like it when people,
Hmm.
or what really used to bug me was when I was younger and people would tell me, "Oh, but you'll change your mind. You're still young. You'll have kids eventually."
Nah.
I'm like, don't determine my life for me. I told you I don't want kids, so don't tell me that I'm gonna change my mind. Cause if anybody knows me, that'll just make me dig my heels in even more and make me not do it. I don't care if I did decide I wanted kids. Now I ain't gonna do it just because all y'all told me I was gonna change my mind. I'm gonna
Well,
show
I didn't
y'all
want
wrong.
kids. But when I had my little slip up, because they told me I was infertile now. Now, they've been telling me this for years. But anywho, when I had my slip up, and it was crazy, and you couldn't get the abortion pill without going through an ultrasound at that time. And then I seen it wiggling on the screen. And then I went, huh. Had I not seen it wiggle on that screen, I would have and went on about my damn day. But since I seen it wiggling on the damn screen, I said, huh. And then I thought, you probably ain't gonna get pregnant again. And then I went, I guess I can have one. And that's what happened.
Nah.
There's no romantic story. What's up? I was too far away.
Yeah, because you're talking kind of low today. Um,
Hope I ain't getting sick. Anywho,
but yeah, kids are just something I always knew was never for me. Um,
some people just know.
and I
Some
crazy
people
thing is
just
I was
know.
actually told that I wasn't that I wasn't shit because when it came to dating,
Mm-hmm.
I said I purposefully date men that already have kids.
Because they ain't trying to have no more.
And when somebody asked me why, I said because then they're not expecting me to have any. I
I
said
don't.
it's bonus points if they already got a boy and a girl.
You're terrible. That made me laugh.
They was like, you ain't shit. I was like, I think that's sufficient. Like, if I find somebody that already got one of both, what they
That
need
don't
one
mean
from
that
me
they not
for?
gonna want some more though.
Chances are they don't. Too bad
Mm.
Nate messed up because he had three. He even had a bonus one. Wouldn't even have to bother me for kids at all.
Or so you think.
So I know.
Depends on the person. Some of these
Uh,
men want an army of these little
and definitely
kids.
wouldn't be getting it from
They
me.
want an army of just an army of their own kids.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm so good. My grandma had 9 kids, and I don't know how she popped all them out. It's just, I don't understand.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
And now the older I get, especially when I get home and I'm able to sit in this quiet house and not hear a thing, I think to myself, why would I ever add kids to this mix?
I low key miss it. Cause you know silence is not silence. Can't believe he's on the phone one day. Where you at? Sound like you at a birthday party. I'm in my living room, girl. I am in my own
It
living
did sound
room.
like you was at a birthday party. I'm like, what the hell is she doing? Why is she on the phone? Is she out?
I was in
Um,
my living room.
but that also brings me to this. I think people severely underestimate or underappreciate silence until they have kids and it's no longer silent.
See, I appreciated my silence. So it's not like after a long day of work, I would sit in my house literally in silence for
Mm-hmm.
3 hours. And I would just sit there, just
Silent.
no TV,
No TV, no
sun
phone,
going down, just
Literally, I will sit and I will come in here, no TV on, no nothing, and I'll have my phone and it'll be like on Instagram with no sound, and I'll just be looking at Instagram reels with no sound. There's been times and then I'll fall asleep, wake up.
Do it again.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, the sound of nothing is amazing. And then your brain gets to just
Just
rest.
crackle. Mine be crackling when it's quiet. Do yours
What?
crackle?
No. Not in a
No,
fireplace.
just
No,
you don't
that's
do that.
weird.
What you mean?
What you mean what I mean? Talking about some when it's silence, your brain
They
crackles.
do. Yours
What?
don't do that.
No.
Mm.
Have you ever had a massage and you know how when they like
Oh,
add
I
pressure?
don't like it.
So it always feels like to me, like when I actually get in like true silence where my brain can actually just relax, it feels like there's this pressure on my brain and it just relaxes.
No, mine just be crackling. I don't know
Nah,
what it be
that's
doing.
chaotic.
What you
I'd be
mean?
worried. I was like, what's going on in my head? All I'm hearing is crackling.
Yeah, I just sit there.
That's weird, Jade. I
What
don't
you
like that. That's
mean?
weird.
I don't like
That's weird. I don't like it. Pineapples.
it.
Cause what?
My brain is never quiet. Never. Ever. There's
I mean,
always
don't get me wrong. I'm still
something.
thinking
No,
about
I'm just
stuff.
saying, like, there is no like relaxation in my brain, I guess. It does not exist. It's just on.
Well, I hope you never experience it because I'm telling you, once you experience it, you ain't gonna never want to go back.
Because I know you always have thoughts. There's always thoughts in
We've
the
had that
back.
that discussion too. Men, for some reason, are able to turn it off. Women, unfortunately,
I
not so
don't
much.
think
And
they
I'm
turn it
jealous.
off.
Huh?
I think it ain't there.
Girl, it's there.
I know it's there.
But
There's a lot of people, like, if you ask them, like, a lot of people freak out. I like when some people, when they read, there's no internal voice reading to them. Like,
yeah,
what?
so when you read a
What?
book, right? Let's say you're reading a
Yeah.
thriller, right? Which recommendation, Lock Every Door by Riley Sager.
Good book.
Such a good book.
Good book.
So let's say you're reading Lock Every Door and it's a thriller, right?
Yeah.
Do you read each person in like different
Yes,
voices?
I have a narrator voice. So I have a narrator voice that's different from the characters' voices. So, like, when the narrator is speaking, it's not myself, it's a narrator's voice that's different for every book, depending on how I think the narrator would talk.
You're just odd.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You're just
I
odd. And that's
have a
okay.
narrator. The characters each have their own voices. Of course, they have their own images that I make up. They're like
Now, yes, they
people.
have images that I make up, but when I'm reading,
I hear
I hear
voices
my
in my
voice when I
mind.
read.
But nope, I make up stuff. So I have a narrator's voice, and then I have the character's voice. And the narrator's voice is different for every book, depending on how I think the narrator would sound. Because some books they do have a separate narrator that's entirely
Hmm.
separate than the characters that has a voice. And then if there is no actual narrator, then it's my voice.
Or they have the narrator that you don't find out is actually one of the characters
And then
until
when I
near the
found out, I
end.
switched the voice in my head.
Your brain is chaotic. I would never want to be there. I
Never
would
cuts off. I'm telling
I would
you,
never want to be in your head.
I'm involved.
Well, uh, to our question,
Yes,
what is
yes.
something that people assume about you that's incorrect? Somebody said that I'm strong. I'm naturally muscular and I look like I lived, but I'm weak as a kitten.
I actually would be upset about that. I'll be fixing that. I'm like, what am I this buff for? Let me do something about it.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, but if you don't care, if you look good in clothes, what you need to be
Hey,
strong for?
I mean, we both know how you feel about arms.
You know, I love me a good arm.
I know you do.
Don't have one, but love one.
And then here's the last one that I want to talk about. What is something people assume about you that's wrong? Um, that I am mean. I am spicy nice.
There's no such thing. You can make up.
There is a nice
Or like
nasty.
somebody who says, I'm not bossy, I'm aggressively helpful. That's bossy.
That is 100% bossy.
Hmm.
But there's nice nasty.
Yeah, but nasty is the main undertone. The nice is a front to cover the nasty. It's not real.
You're right, but it still exists,
It's curated. It's fake.
especially when you at work.
Oh, I hate nasty. I hate the fake nice. But you can always tell because I don't know how you could tell, but you could tell. You go,
As per my last email,
no. They're type of people where if you do something and 98% of it is right, they only bring up that 2% they feel like you messed up and they make sure they do it publicly. You could have sent me a private message with this.
I call that the LK effect.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say what LK stand
Yeah,
for.
we know. We
But the
know.
people that know me know what LK stand for.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully she don't watch this.
You never know.
You never
Some
know.
people are obsessed with you. You know, they act like they hate you.
They are not obsessed with me.
Oh, but they are.
But
Oh, but they are.
then I'm gonna let them be obsessed.
Why you so obsessed with me?
Shut up. But anywho, into the episode.
Yes.
Um,
Segway, segway, segway.
I got a little rant
What's your little rant?
because this absolutely, like we say, been saying for the last 3
Make
episodes,
my booty
makes my
itch.
booty itch. And I cannot stand when people invade my personal space. And I am not a hugger. I do not like hugging people. I barely even hug my mother. Nothing against my mother. I just don't like hugging people. And I go to a birthday party
Yeah.
last month. And I'm getting introduced to this woman. Now, mind you, never seen this woman a day in my life. Never seen her.
Not never.
And she comes in for a hug.
You blocked it.
Yeah, I blocked her. And then she say, "Oh, are you not a hugger?" And I
Nah.
said, "No, I am not." Do you know this woman then proceeds to say to me, "Oh, well, I am," and then comes in for a hug. I said, "So." I thought to myself,
We had
"Wait
a whole
now.
conversation where I thought you understood when you asked me
Why would you ask me
if you're gonna
if
do
I
it
was a
anyway.
hugger just for me to tell you no, and then you disrespect that boundary by hugging me anyway and using the fact that you are a hugger as your justification for it? Make
That's
that
fine.
make sense.
I will say a comment,
Say
but
it.
we don't talk politics.
What is it?
Sounds like some people.
Oh.
But
I'm just
I'm like,
like, I'm just
why'd
like,
you even ask?
why
You
did
should
you
just
ask
did
me?
it. You
You
should have
should, if you
just
was
did
gonna
it.
do it anyway, you should have just did it.
The point of asking is so I can say, oh no, I don't like hugs. You go, oh, that's too bad. And then go on about your day.
Cause F you.
That's crazy.
I don't care about your personal
What you
space.
want to hug me so bad for?
Exactly. You don't even know me. I might stink. Like, you don't know. Wouldn't that be the worst? You go in to hug somebody and then they stink.
Just tart.
You know, and it's always in those situations I wish I was musty because you are shorter than me, so I know your nose is right in my armpit.
But what makes someone aggressively hug a complete stranger like that?
Because we have this culture here
I'm
that I'm
kidding.
realizing is not done in other countries. That we greet people in a certain type of way. And when we're interested, especially women, men don't really do this, at least from what I can tell. But women love to meet new women and greet each other with freaking hugs. Why?
I don't know
Why
nobody
do
that
we
does
need to
that.
have our chests bump up against each other? I don't understand.
I don't hug. Well, no, yeah, I do. Yeah, but they initiate it, and I don't mind a hug.
I know you don't.
I don't initiate a stranger hug. I don't, because I know people not into that. So I
Whatever
don't.
happened to the dang handshake? I'd rather have that back than a hug.
Just do that. People don't. A woman won't be. greet another woman with a handshake unless it's a business function.
Look, give me a handshake. Assume we're doing an interview. I don't know you.
Well, now due to COVID, some people just greet you with a smile because we done got used to not touching, which I can agree with.
I could agree with. How about we just say hi and leave it there?
I still can't believe she hugged after you said
After
no.
I said no,
I'm like, ma'am, I could consider that assault.
I
Get
was
your
like,
mitts off me. I told you to. I said I didn't want no goddamn hug. I'll be so mad.
and now granted, I will say I have not met many women that don't like hugging or won't at least tolerate it. I can't stand it.
Well, not a lot of people. It's a lot of sensory stuff going on. Some people, it's too much.
I know, I will say, and this might seem weird to other people, but to me it makes perfect sense. But that means nothing
I'm
because
through with you in them bar
a
stools.
lot of things that I say
Yeah, them
don't make
bar
sense to
stools
other
was too
people.
much for me. But
Whatever, it makes sense
continue.
to me.
Continue.
Anyway, I only like hugging the people that I am sleeping with.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
That's
Not on the show, but yeah, we talked about
those are
this.
the only types of people that I like hugging. If we ain't sleeping together, don't hug me.
Well, that's your preference.
But you have no idea how many people actually disrespect that.
It's so weird to me. If somebody go, "Oh, I'm not a hugger," I go, "Okay." Well, for one, again, I don't initiate hugging strangers. I will tolerate a stranger hug, but I don't initiate a stranger
Take
hug.
your little two pats on the back and leave me
A little nice little
alone.
church pat.
I always do the lean in and two pats on the back and then I walk away.
Yeah, church hug.
And I don't even want to do that. Cause have you ever did that with somebody and they back sweaty?
Ew, no.
Yes, I have. I'm like, yo, nasty butt just left out of that 100-degree weather. Think you ain't sweating in your back? Ew, it really bugs me.
Mm.
It bugs me how you can tell people, whether they're strangers or not, but people will know that you don't like hugging, it's not your thing, you don't like that contact, but yet they still try to force it on you.
That's wild, though. The fact that she even stopped and asked.
And
And that
just
flabbergasted me.
that blew my wig back. I was
Scat
like,
all out. I'd have been like, oh,
I was just like,
clutching my pearls.
oh
Oh,
my God. Did she just ask me?
assault me?
I said, she asked me. I answered. And she was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm
Fuck
gonna
you,
do
I'm
it
a hugger.
anyway. You taking this hug. I was
Basically.
just like, you bitch. Don't you ever ask me a question just to do the exact opposite of what you know.
Why she even asked?
It pissed me off. It thoroughly pissed me off.
Was this at that Boots party?
Wait, what's the boots? Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. It
Mm-hmm.
was at that party. It pissed me off. The only reason I cussed that lady out was because she was one of my mama friends.
I figured as much.
And I was like, the only person that I allow to force me to hug them is my mama.
She doing it anyway, like that lady. But that's your mama, though.
My sister-in-law does it too. She knows I don't like hugging, but yet she'll force me to too. And I'm just like,
I don't want to be involved in a forced hug. Maybe that's me. I want a mutual hug if I'm doing it. I don't want a forced, coerced hug. I don't want it. If you're not giving your love freely, I don't want it.
my thing is this. Why does a hug have to be the standard for showing love?
You know, you can give me a gift card.
I could just say I love you.
That ain't enough. They want a hug.
It's, F that hug. I'm just saying, and I feel strongly about that. I'll be honest. If this gets turned into a short, I know people gonna be mad at it, and I don't care. I don't like hugging. Don't hug me. So, period.
I don't know why anybody would be mad about that.
People.
Ooh.
Now people get all up in arms about the smallest of things.
Because I don't get somebody say, oh, I'm not a hug. I go, okay.
Now we just had that short come out where men got mad at me because I said I ain't want to give up my friends for a guy that I knew for 2 days.
Boy, that went all the way to the left. And I didn't see that coming.
I mean, I knew that some men would be
Yeah, but it
upset
was
about
the
it, but
same comment from different people. It was quite interesting.
it was a little worrying, to be honest. I mean, they were making all kinds of comments,
With no
oh
punctuation.
my God. PSA people, nothing against anyone, but if you're gonna be commenting on people, can we please add some periods, some
No
commas?
run on sentences be confused, and I
I
don't
ain't
know
know where
where.
I didn't know where to stop in his I didn't know where the beginning of the sentence was, where the end of the sentence was, where I was supposed to make a pause. I didn't know what was going. At one point, I think he even had a list in there. I just didn't know it was a list, so I just kept reading like it was just one sentence, and I was just like,
It just it was it was concerning because it was literally the same thing, as
from
if
multiple
they were
people, yeah.
being programmed to say it. It
And
was the same. Like, you, sir, are the very definition of the insecure man we were
I'm
talking about. What don't you get?
I'm
You
just
are the
like I'm
example.
like, tell me you insecure without telling me you insecure.
Talking craziness, comment, and called us
And don't
ugly
get
and
me.
everything. What that got to do with what we
I
said?
be ugly.
We
I
was
ain't
whores
attracted.
in the street. We was everything.
That's the
I'm
thing. And
like, damn.
here in men, here's the comment that I've been seeing a lot from men is that women um when men reject women, that women automatically go to, oh, you must be gay and all this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, for men, the slightest of rejection, oh, now you ugly, you a hoe, you this. And I'm just
Crazy.
like, you know what?
I wouldn't have looked at you. We would have both missed each other because I didn't see you
100%.
either.
Call me Stevie. Like,
I'm a bird hell.
I was just
Oh
like,
no.
I was like, me and honestly, me and you have had this conversation before. And it
That
was
drink
me
good.
and Jade in my car. And we were driving somewhere. God knows where we were going.
Somewhere.
And I think we were like dancing and singing to a song or something. And I said, oh, somebody was looking in our mirror. They probably was like, oh, she ugly. And I was like, you know what? There are people out there that truly probably think I'm ugly. And that's okay. Because there are some people that I think are absolutely hideous, but somebody might think they're attractive.
It was just the anger from us simply stating our opinions that was so. I'm like, you
That
are
was
one of
based on
the.
my life. I didn't say in that,
Ah,
I didn't say that no one should give up their friends for a relationship. If that is what you want to do, you do it, boo boo. Do it all day. Give up all your friends. Have none of them. What does it have to do with me? But for me, Jocelyn A, that's not an option. I've had some of my male friends since
mm-hmm.
I was in high school. They've been in my life more than they have not been in my life at this point. And I'm like, so for somebody that I just met, hadn't even known this man for a month, for him to make such a request
It was foolish.
was wild.
Foolish.
I'm like, so we literally been talking for probably not even a week.
Boy, that
And the
that's
way
something
he
else.
found out that I had male friends was because we were talking about plans, and I told him that I had plans to hang out with one of my male friends. And he was like, oh, yeah, so, one thing is I can't, if my girl can't have male friends and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, then this wouldn't work out. Now, mistake I made was I didn't save numbers in my phone at that time. And I went to actually text a friend who was a female friend, but I didn't have her number saved in the phone, and I mistook it for his like 2 weeks later and texted him, and he was like, "Oh, did you get rid of the male friends?" And I'm like, "Wait, first of all, who are you? Because you clearly
I
ain't the
thought this
person I
was
thought you
Erica. I'm like, I
was."
thought this was Erica. Who are you?
And he was like, "No." And then I was like, "Damn!" I was
Uh,
like, "Nah, I'm still not getting rid of him." He's like, "Oh, I thought you was
I thought you
came
was
around,"
Erica. I'm
and I was
sorry.
just like, No, that's still not an option, sir." And I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not sorry because I'm not sorry. But if your partner, whether you are male or female, if your partner having friends that is the opposite gender, or for the same sex couples, the same gender, is an issue for you, that speaks volumes of your insecurities.
Not even insecurities. It's just, what do you do?
Especially when
It speaks volumes on your motives, your mindset. Because these are
I'm
the same people, but I told you, the same men that forever have some female in their life, whether family or not, that's too involved with their life. And the moment you go, you know what, I like your cousin, but I think you should stop telling her all our business. All hell would break loose if you said that. You like, okay, you told me I can't be around my male cousin because you said that you think that's weird. But when I tell you, you know, your female cousin too involved in our business, oh, now I'm insecure. They gaslight, and I don't like that.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
here's
like
my biggest
that.
point on that whole thing, and I stand on this. Everyone has insecurities.
Sure do.
Everyone does. But it is not your partner's responsibility
Hmm.
to accommodate your insecurities. You need to deal with your insecurities on your own,
That's your own, but
or at
this
the very least
is
be aware of them so that you know when they're impacting your relationships.
but this is why we say you got to know yourself to date seriously. This has nothing to do with being out in the streets. Not at
Not a
all.
dang thing.
It's
Oh yeah, that
about
was the thing that they
yeah,
kept
it was
saying, that,
always about
oh,
being in the streets. I'm like,
I'm
who is in
like,
the streets? We are not in these streets. We are at
never was,
home.
never was, never will
We are at
be.
home.
There's way too many diseases out there for me to be in the street. Now I
Making
won't.
chicken noodle soup. We at home.
Show just had some last week.
We at home. That's not what it's
Now I
about.
will say this: if we didn't have
Hmm.
to worry about diseases and stuff, I probably would be out here in these streets. But so would probably about a good 85% of the population.
Yeah. If the little itch friend wouldn't
Yeah,
come.
if I didn't have to worry about none of that stuff, yeah, I as one said, I would be for the streets.
That was wild.
But it's too many things out there, and on top of that, I really am trying to make it to heaven. And the Bible is pretty clear on the
Rules are
whole.
very
Yeah,
straightforward.
they pretty black and white. So, might as well not put myself further into hell. Try to make it there.
Because you know we do things on the regular.
I do things. I'm so childish sometimes.
I look what I just did with Stevie.
Shut up.
We fall down.
Shut up, babe. But yeah, my biggest thing is I think people expect their partners to accommodate their insecurities. And I'm not talking about just men. I'm talking about women too. We are guilty of doing the same dang thing. I mean, when we get
Mhm.
out of relationships that we were hurt in previously, women historically take all that baggage to the next relationship. Not historically, stereotypically, take all of that baggage to the next relationship with them. And now they
B2K
got
made a
all.
whole song about it.
What was it? Only B2K song I can think of off the top of my head is Bump, Bump, Bump.
That first album was a good album.
Uh, and Everything. Oh, that was such a good song.
Um,
Everything. Man, if y'all don't know B2K, y'all missed out. It was a good
what
time.
an era. I'm
Uh,
not gonna lie.
Omarion can't sing.
Mario Molly whopped his ass on that thing. I was embarrassed for him. I said he ain't even had to do him like that. Oh, he did
And
him so wrong. Boy, he killed his
what's
ass.
crazy is Mario used to be the one back in the day that people would be like, yeah, he can't really sing all that
Oh,
well.
boy, when I say I just was watching like, oh, Mario, fight back. Fight back.
Omarion had no fight in him.
Fight back.
The
Oh.
only people Omarion will
Mm.
fight is the rest of the members in B2K.
No, he stunted their growth, okay?
He did.
I think J Bug was probably a better singer than
J
him.
Bug was
He was
100% a
my
better
favorite.
singer. J Bug was 100% a better singer.
And he was fine. I think he was
I
more
think
attractive. J
that's
Bug
all
was
I
my
was about to say.
favorite.
I said this.
J Bug was my
I was
favorite.
about to say this might be a hot take, but I think J Bug looked better.
He did.
Don't come for me, Omarion fans, but J Bug was better looking.
He was. He still is.
All Omarion really had was a big forehead and braids. I'm just saying.
Big forehead and Girl, you ain't shit. I I didn't even say all that. I just said Jay Book was better.
Speaking of big forehead and braids, and don't come for me because
Like we both ain't got big
I'm not, that's what I'm
foreheads.
gonna say. Don't come for me because I know I got a big forehead.
Oh,
I
we
just don't
can't talk
care.
about nobody.
I can talk about whoever the hell I want to talk about.
Oh, girl, big forehead and braid. That was my laugh of the day.
Have you seen Jaheim? Boy,
He still can sing now.
eh, that song just in case.
Just in
He
case
wouldn't be
I don't
making
make
love to
it
me,
on
not with that.
tonight.
Have you seen him?
Well, he's old now.
He ain't that damn old.
Uh-huh.
He ain't like 60s. That man is probably in his late 40s.
How old is he?
Jaheim has to be in like his late 40s, but he looked like he got his foot in the grave.
Well, he was fine as hell at that time. 1, 2, what you gonna do? Boy, that album was so good. Look, hey you, trying to bring
Yeah,
it
he's
like I'm new.
46.
What?
He's not that old.
How old is Method Man? He look good
Now,
as hell.
Method Man, now hold on.
How he look good as hell?
Now, Method
Was he
Man.
57? Like, how old is Method Man?
Method Man is 54.
He look good as hell.
Damn, Method Man is good looking.
I feel like he's aging like fine wine.
Fine wine. Fine wine.
Don't be talking about Jaheim.
You need to look at him.
I seen it. I seen it.
Man, life ain't been good to him.
I said, mm.
He look like he's straight from Color Purple.
I seen it. Said, mm.
Not just one word.
Mm-hmm.
And that ain't even a word.
Yeah, that's what I did. I said,
Hey, if
I
y'all,
ain't even indulging in this foolishness. I'm not commenting. I'm not nothing. I'm scrolling past. I don't even
you
want to
know what it
see it.
reminds me of?
I don't even want to see it.
So I used to date. Remember, have I ever told you my hatfish story? Has
We
anybody?
all have one. We have all been hatfished.
Okay, so here's my hatfish story, and
We've
I
all
was
been
hatfished.
hatfished.
So I used to date this guy. We gonna call him Kevin. But I thought Kevin was a dang good looking dude.
With that hat on.
To me, he kind of reminded me of Jaheim.
Ooh, okay.
But then I dated this man. I don't. This is the naive me because I was in high school, so clearly didn't know nothing about nothing. Should have definitely made this man take his head off. But I dated this man for months,
With the
Jay,
hat on?
and never realized that
So let me tell you. So in the summertime, y'all was at the fucking pool.
he had a hat
You
on.
didn't find that
It
suspicious.
was in Chicago. We always wore hats, even in the summertime.
That man was at the
Especially
pool with a hat.
we didn't go to pools. We in the west side of Chicago. Ain't no pool over there.
Well, we got pools. I mean, you.
Uh, but and at the time, that's when snapbacks was like really a big thing. So everybody always had a hat on.
So it was 97
They didn't
degrees.
care.
He had that
It was
hat on.
about the fashion, and at the time, hats was
So he
in.
was in his house.
Yeah.
His mama didn't
And
say
wait. If
nothing.
he didn't have a hat on, he had a do rag on.
He knew what it was, and he knew it was bad.
And whatever it
Man.
was, my teenage brain never thought.
Well, you don't
I've
think of receding
never.
hairline at 15. Like, you don't think of that.
And he was older than me too. So he was what? I think I was, because I wasn't 16. 16 was the first fat. So I had to be like 17 was when he came along. And I thought he was very good looking.
You know what that hat?
And one day, this is months after me and him started
Muncie, you ain't
dating.
never seen that man without no hat. That's
We
crazy.
sitting at the table, and I had just finished cooking, and I made some for like my family, and then he could have some too. And he's sitting there, and then he took his hat off, and I swear to you, I did a double take. I looked, and then I looked down, and I was like, hold up. Did I just, my eyes
Well,
gotta
he
be
felt
thin.
like he eating with your family. The truth could come out.
His hairline was so far back, I could barely see the beginning of his braids if I was looking at him face to face. I was like, oh my God. I said, you look like a completely, I ain't tell him this, but I thought to myself, he looks like a completely different
You know what my
person.
rude ass would have said?
What?
Get your bald head ass out my goddamn house.
I was like,
You too young to be going through. I
oh.
got hatfish as an adult. My God.
Yeah, this was in high school. I got hatfished. And I was
Yeah.
just like, oh my gosh,
I would have
he
told everybody.
I'm
I
like,
ain't
and then
shit.
he
Oh, I
got
would have told everybody. I took a picture of him and told everybody.
I'm like, and then he got the nerve to have braids.
Don't they all? Or like the old man that holds on to that ponytail and his hairline start way back
I
here
know who you talking
and he
about.
got that ponytail. Oh, I wasn't even talking about him. Forgot about his ass. Oh,
Yeah,
see, you bad. I wasn't even thinking like that.
it's at some point let it go.
I was thinking about this teacher I used to have.
Nah, but I'm telling you, he took that hat off. He looked like a different person. I was shocked and appalled.
You like underneath that hat.
Was that was just a land of forehead.
You should have knew when he never, ever. So if y'all fooled around, he had on the hat.
You just can't get past this. You just can't get past it.
Why the hell didn't you?
That's why I said.
I was about to knock it off just to see why you guys got this fucking hat on.
That's why I said whenever he didn't have the hat on, he had a do rag on.
Oh, he tricked you.
Yeah, so I never until then I never saw his like
If he had braids,
above
why the
his
hell he
eyebrows.
always have the do rag on?
Well, if he had a hat on, he didn't have the do rag on. But if he didn't have the hat on,
So he
he had the do rag
alternated?
on. Pretty much. I mean, there was times where he have on
That
both.
seems like a stressful life as a teenager to be hiding that sort of secret.
I was just like,
I mean,
oh.
what? Think about it. What else could you do? What else could be done?
I
The
mean,
hat was his only option.
that's where the side part came in for me.
Okay.
And I'll be
Only Cat
honest.
William could get away with a side part. Nobody else. Remember when Young Jock tried the little
I mean,
perm?
I have a side part right now.
I'm just saying, remember when Young Jock tried the perm?
Who?
You remember, you remember when Young Jock had that goddamn
I
perm?
do remember when Young Jock was just he. Somebody needed to tell Young Jock to go sit his old ass down.
When I seen, I said, what in the ain't?
He had one banger song and lost his shit, and
That
that was
perm was
it.
too much. That's only Cat Williams. Maybe Snoop. Snoop and Cat Williams only ones get away with a perm.
And I'm
Nobody else can get
and I'm
away.
not even talking about a side part with just a perm. But yeah, so I used to tell my beautician, I was like, make sure you give me a side part because I got to cover up this forehead a little bit
Mine
because my
just
hairline
be
starts back further.
mine just be out. I don't give a
I mean,
damn.
it works for you because you also don't you keep your hair cut.
But my forehead's more out.
No, I feel like it's worse when you got hair hanging down on both sides of it, and they
No,
just be like,
man.
"Where is that hair coming from?"
But luckily, I don't got the wraparound forehead, if you know what I mean. Like mine is just,
The wraparound
you know where it's
forehead.
high and wide? Mine
No,
is just high.
see, mine is high.
See, mine don't go. So you know, some people forehead like it be way back here.
When like they ain't got their
Yeah, the
sideburns.
wraparound forehead. I don't got.
Say yeah, the wraparound forehead like that makes it better.
Yeah, like it wraps around. Like mine
You
is
stupid.
just high.
No, mine is I. So I don't have the wraparound forehead, but I do have a high one. My other issue is my sides
Yeah.
almost meet with my eyebrows
Why are you bringing up flaws I didn't notice for the hair?
because I think they're funny. I also have a
I never
unibrow.
noticed it. Do you? Well, don't you wax it off? Because I don't see it.
I get my eyebrows threaded.
I don't see no unibrow.
It's really fine hair, but they sure be going across it. I mean, like I must got a unibrow. It's just not thick. And they've definitely like when I would go to the beautician, like she would line my hair
Hmm.
back when I used to keep it real short. She would be like, yeah, your sideburns right here,
They
right at
get
your
mighty close to
temple,
you.
they pretty close to your eyelashes or eyebrows. And I was
It's
like, oh,
crazy.
well, shit happens. Cut it off.
Okay, so I
How do
know a
you think you would look without
YouTuber.
eyebrows?
I don't have eyebrows.
Damn it.
We've already had this discussion.
You're like, why are you asking me questions? really don't.
Asking me live in the public about eyebrows I don't have.
You do have eyebrows. You just don't have a
Halfway.
lot of them.
They stop like right here. But luckily I wear big glasses, so no one knows.
Yeah, my eyebrows are thick, so
I don't
it's
have
it's hard
eyebrows.
not to see. But I like having thick eyebrows. They're actually not as thick as they used to be. I feel like getting them threaded.
See, mine are great because I don't have to thread or touch anything.
Would you ever get hair laser removal?
I mean, now that the technology is better for dark skin and dark hair, may depends on how painful it
Ooh,
is.
what about the microblading? Would you do that?
I feel like I will be one of them people where it look fucking crazy. You know, some people just looks good. Now I know everybody look crazy at first. I know
I thought I was
everybody
told
look
that.
crazy at first. I thought about it. If it wasn't $1,000, maybe. If I'm not spending $1,000 on
I
it.
heard it hurts.
It's a tattoo. It's a semi-permanent
Oh, you know what?
tattoo.
Sorry, my ADHD got the best of me. I thought we were still talking about hair removal.
I heard that hurt too. Yeah.
I forgot we was talking about microblading.
I mean, I will try a small because I would love to do at least the bottom half of my leg. I don't even gotta do the whole goddamn leg. As long as I can get at least the bottom half.
But hair removal, I would do under my arms.
Mm-mm. I only gotta do that like 4 times a year. It takes a long
It don't
time for
matter.
the
I don't
hair
want to
under
do
my
it at
underarm
all.
to grow. And plus now after pregnancy, I got moles under their skin tags that weren't there before.
The only thing I have to be careful of is apparently after a hysterectomy, growing a beard can be a thing.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, well, good thing I still have the hormones, but
Been the same. Be looking like Bernie Mac. Keep on.
why Bernie Mac?
Cause it's a man.
I don't even think Bernie Mac had facial hair.
Did he?
I don't think so. Do you know, fun fact,
I gotta look back
my
on that.
high school teacher was married to his daughter.
How old are we?
That is not what I thought. I didn't think you were gonna respond that way, but okay.
I just go. We getting up there, ain't we?
Yeah, I mean, you're mid 30s, I'm late 30s.
You know what? Cause you know what thought happened. What happened to me today?
But
I woke up, realized I slept wrong on my back. My back has been hurting all day because I bought a new pillow.
don't you hate that?
Now my body got to readjust
Well,
to the damn new pillow. Now I'm in pain.
look, this is a clear indicator that I'm getting old. My ass went to sleep one day, feeling perfectly fine. Woke up the next day, and for 2 months after that,
Not 2 months.
my knee was hurting so bad I was walking with a damn limp.
Girl,
I
you
was
didn't
like,
see
I
nobody?
didn't do no, because I'm like, I ain't do shit to this knee. It ain't got no reason to be hurting.
I would have seen somebody about that.
Nah, it don't
After
hurt
a good
now.
week, I'd have been like, nah, we ain't doing
I
this.
was just like, what? I said, how do I go to sleep completely fine and wake up to knee
With a
problems?
messed up knee. Or like when you wake up, you can't move your neck for 3 days. Just like this.
Oh, do you remember when we was younger and we used to try to sleep cute because we had our hair done? And then we sleep on our
See,
hand and then we wake up and our
nah,
hand be hurting?
you know what I did?
Well,
I went and got one of those cute fashion pillows that was the perfect shape of my head.
I'm assuming that's hard to do because Jay, your head is little as hell.
Not for a pillow, it's not. A fashion pillow. And it was the perfect size because Monet used to do my hair. And I'll sleep like this and I wouldn't move.
My sister-in-law used to do mine with the hot comb.
Yeah, and the crimps, because you can't mess up your crimp.
No, I didn't do the crimps.
You didn't do the
Hell
crimps?
no.
Why do you
I
do the
hated
crimp?
crimps.
Why did you hate
I hated
crimp?
when people would crimp my hair.
See, Monet had not just the teeny crimp.
Looking like a teeny bop.
She had the body wave crimp.
I'm good.
It was nice.
My sister-in-law used to use the hot comb, the ones you have to put on the
Yeah,
stove,
I hate
and
those.
she used to use that to straighten my
I can
hair.
feel my ear fucking burning just saying hot comb. My ear instantly get hot. I don't want nothing to do
So
with
I'm also one of those weird people
it.
that okay, you're gonna think I'm crazy. Uh, so you know perms.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like the sting that you would get in your head when you would.
The sting of your skin burning off? Like,
Yeah, I used to like it.
with the clear scab?
Yeah, I used to like it. I used to like the way that felt. Okay, I told you was gonna think I was crazy.
That was an indicator it was time to get it out. And then, no, let it burn a little long.
Yeah, I used to. I used to
No.
purposefully not tell her until it was just like, yeah, okay, I can stop it now. But to make it worse, I purposefully scratched my head before a perm.
Girl, what?
I didn't mind it.
You know they
I liked
haven't
it.
now admitted those perms cause cancer. They have
Well,
openly admitted that shit now.
yeah, I know now. I didn't
Girl,
know then.
glad you okay.
I mean, I hope I'm okay. I mean, nothing's come back saying otherwise now, other than pre D. But
Girl, that's
yeah,
wild.
I used to like that. I used to scratch my head on
What about
purpose.
the burn did you like? I don't
I
get
don't know,
it.
just the sensation from it. I was like, oh, I don't mind that. Same thing with the burn from putting alcohol on the open wound. I like that too.
Luckily you're not a cutter. But
No, no, I'm
anywho,
not a cutter. I don't like purposefully hurting myself. Not in that way. I think that hurts. But the sting from from alcohol and the sting from a perm
well, I
on a
don't mind
scratch
a little
scalp.
alcohol stain. You know, that ain't bad. But a perm stain.
Now, what I also used to like to do, and
Mm-mm.
this might be nasty to some people, but I used to love watching peroxide on an open wound, how it bubble. I thought that was cool.
You just into shit.
What do you mean? I'm just into shit.
Just doing shit.
Okay, so
Oh,
you
girl.
know, the saying curiosity killed the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had any instances where it was just like your curiosity just got the best of you?
Well, I was into science as a child.
Uh-huh.
I was making concoctions out of everything. I'm look, I
Just
didn't.
mixing chemicals?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you was
I
really
was mixing.
flying too close to the sun.
I was mixing chemicals. I was making lotions.
Have you
I
ever
was making
almost have you ever
perfumes.
almost passed out in the bathroom
Yeah,
cleaning it?
we've
I have
always
to.
done. Well, that's before I knew any better.
Yeah.
And that bathroom didn't have any windows, so I didn't know.
What is with them nowadays not putting bathroom windows in
They used
bathrooms?
to, then they took them outside. I want a window
I
in my
liked
damn
having a window in the
bathroom. I
bathroom.
don't want a cave bathroom.
But yeah, I've let it happen to me a few times. The two times that I could think about was when I was a kid. And I've always been a curious person. And I had a magic 8 ball.
Oh, I broke so many things. I want to know what was inside.
And it wasn't that I wanted to know what was inside.
I knew what was
I knew
inside.
what was
I was hoping
inside.
something else was in there.
See, I wasn't even hoping that. My brain said, I wonder, is the water blue or is the cube blue?
It was blue dyed water.
Which, yeah, you can tell that the cube is white and the water is blue.
Yeah.
But my brain was like, I know that's what it is, but I want to see it actually for myself.
My only thing I did that outside. I said I ain't doing this shit in the house. Mom ain't beat me up.
I did it in the house.
No, I did
And
outside.
I did it in the dumbest of ways because that is some thick plastic on that dang on eight ball.
What did you do?
I took a knife to it.
You didn't think to throw it on the concrete outside? That's what I did. What's wrong with you?
No,
You took a knife.
and I literally like in a horror movie.
So your brain didn't go, there's concrete
While I was holding
outside.
the magic eight
You could have
ball with
chopped
I
yourself
sure could have
off.
chopped the finger off, and I showed it, took a knife straight to it, and poured all the liquid out into a bowl, and then took the cube out, and I was like, oh, that's what it is. And then I was mad because now I don't have a magic eight ball.
Yeah, I busted outside like a normal person.
And then I used to have a beanbag chest. See, I ain't appreciate nothing because I
Oh,
was one of the
I
only
ripped them.
people.
It starts with a slow hole, right?
See, mine wasn't even that.
I
I
like the texture of the little granules on my skin, right? So I will peel at them and then,
Yeah, no, that's not where I'm going with this.
yeah, I don't know what you do. Of
But I liked, so I didn't appreciate nothing.
course you didn't.
And I was one of the only people in my family that had a beanbag chair.
It fucked it up.
I used to brag about it. People would come to my house, I wouldn't let nobody sit on. That's my beanbag chair. Get off my beanbag chair. And one day I was like, I wonder if there's actually beans in there.
See, my ass knew wasn't no fucking beans in the peanut. Girl, you crack me
Like
up.
it's like I knew it wasn't, but at the same time, my brain kept going. But what
Prove
if
it.
it is?
No,
You
I told you I
like that's
knew
just something that they tell you.
because it was the jersey knit on top of the
See,
damn.
mine wasn't like that. Mine, you couldn't see inside of it at all.
See, I had the jersey knit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, where you could see them come through.
Yeah,
Mine
so
was
I
not like
knew
that.
what was
Mine
in
was a
there.
really nice bean, but it had like little leather on it and stuff,
Nah,
and it was sewn in, so it wasn't like a zip thing. And I was like, that's just what they tell you. What if it actually is beans in there though?
they
So
wouldn't have fucking food in a chair that's supposed to be in your house,
they
Jones.
put rice in a sock and tell you to use it as a heat pad.
You don't sit on it. It's not
Depending on where
furniture.
depending on where you need the heat at.
I mean, it ain't furniture.
Now,
Fooling with you.
what I do again, I go to Mr. Knife
You
and I cut the beanbag chair open so that I could see what was inside.
maybe I knew what a seam ripper was, and I just would have ripped it open.
I cut it open.
Why didn't you just rip it open with a seam ripper? You so reckless.
And then I think I tried to use tape to tape it back
See, that's
together.
how I knew I was poor. I was very careful with my decisions. I would have seam ripped that mug so we could put it back together.
And then I tried to get my mama to buy me another. She's
She
like, I'm
ain't
not
buying
buying you
you.
another beanbag chair.
You took a
Uh,
knife to it.
I sure
You and
did.
them knives.
I sure did. Girl, I almost set myself on fire
Doing what?
playing with fire.
I did no such thing.
Okay, so this particular day, I think I've almost set myself on fire more than once. But this particular day, it was me and my
Mm-mm.
cousins hanging out at my aunt's house. And I was just sitting on the couch. Everybody was just sitting around talking. And I think I had my legs crossed, and there was a thread hanging off of my pants. And I had a lighter.
And you
So
went
I
to
just
light
kept
it.
flicking, 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 flicking. And then it caught on one of those flicks.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, my cousin saw me just go, oh, shoot, 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 shoot. It was like, what is going on? I said, I literally just almost set myself on fire. Yeah, I'm reckless. What can I say?
See, no, Jade wasn't doing none of that.
I did all kinds of stuff when I was a kid.
I was a careful young girl.
Nah.
Till I hurt my ankle. But I was a careful young girl.
Now, I was careful in that sense. I didn't want to break nothing. I've never had a broken bone, thank God. Um, but yeah, nah. What are some childhood games that you used to play that you think is not the norm?
Oh. Okay, so we
What?
had it's cruel what I'm about to say.
What?
We used to irritate the crackheads for fun.
Okay, that is just taunting people. I'm talking about like an actual
That
game.
was a game.
Okay, so one we used to have was called Whooping Mama.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and it's literally just like it sounds. You got the kids, and you choose somebody to be the mama, and they run around with a belt trying to whoop the kids. And if you got whooped, you out.
Duck, duck, goose on crack. But okay. Sounds dangerous. I'm not interested.
But yeah, we used to play that in school too. So okay, has anybody ever heard of Whooping Mama? Or is it just a
I'm
Chicago
not
thing?
saying that it's not a game. I'm saying I didn't play that game.
Yeah, that was one we used to play. Rock Teacher.
The hell is that?
Okay, so Rock Teacher is we used to play it when we had a porch, so stairs to sit on. Everybody starts on the bottom step, and you have a teacher, and she has a rock. And she has the rock in the hand. You have to guess which hand it's in. And if you guess correctly, you move up a step. Whoever makes it to the top step first, they win the game. Whoever stays at the bottom or whoever's nearest to the bottom loses.
Simple.
Super simple. But me and my cousins used to play it all the damn time. Rock Teacher.
It's the names of the games. It's not the games themselves.
What you mean? What's wrong with
The
it?
games are normal. It's what y'all call them that I find interesting.
Is
Now, whooping mom is very
so
self-explanatory.
is rock teacher.
Why are they a teacher?
I don't know.
It's like them damn K-pop games. I know.
I don't know. It's just what we called it, rock teacher. And then you have your standard, tag
Yeah,
it.
those standards. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, whooping mama was actually one of our faves. We would go beat the hell out of people.
See, no, we don't do that. We was getting beat at home. We didn't have time to get beat while we was
Well,
playing.
we got beat at home too,
Nah,
but
we didn't play. Our playing was not recreating our real lives. We didn't do that.
we wanted to take out some aggression too. Shit. But yeah, we would chase each other with a belt, a stick, or something. And if you got hit, and the only time it became an issue is when you made a mistake and hit them too hard that they actually started crying and went and told on you. That was the only time it became an issue. And then we get in trouble. We used to play something with crates too, but I can't remember what that was.
We all did before Vine did.
Before who?
Vine. Oh, was that what challenge? Was that an Instagram challenge? Them dummies was on them crates.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Trying to climb up them crates a couple years ago. You remember that?
No. I was really late to these types of things. Like I never experienced Vine.
You missed out. It was a time.
Never. I mean, I don't. I'm assuming you have an account, but never had a Vine account. Um, I didn't get on TikTok until 2020. Um, and it was late 2020, and the only reason I got on TikTok was because my nephew asked me to bake him some. I think it was insomnia cookie, s'mores copycat cookies.
TikTok is good for food recipes, I tell you.
Uh, and he had asked me to bake them for him, and I told him to send me the recipe that he found. And me thinking that he was gonna send me something from Pinterest,
Nah.
he sent me a TikTok. And I was just like, "Ugh, freaking TikTok." And I had vowed, I said, I will never be on TikTok.
Never say never.
And, oh, I did. I was all about it. I said, I will never be on TikTok. You will
Why?
never find me on TikTok.
Why?
I don't know.
Were
Just
you just against it just to be
I
against it?
was I was against it just because the masses loved it.
Okay, petty, okay.
Same reason I wouldn't watch The Walking Dead.
I just was late to. You know how the same thing with Grey's Anatomy. You know how when you so late to it, you just don't get involved because you too late. That's how I felt about it.
I did eventually watch Walking Dead and loved it for a good chunk of the seasons. Grey's Anatomy could never get. I've
It's
tried
too
watching
many
that show too
seasons.
many times, and I'm just like, take that show off the air already. But yeah, I was dead set against TikTok. I did not want to be on it. Wanted nothing to do with it. But then he sent me that dang
And you
on
spiraled.
thing, and so I ended up spiraling on TikTok completely by accident
That's how I get you.
because I didn't know how to use it, and I was trying to figure out how to actually see the recipe or if I had to actually watch the video. And it did have the recipe, but I didn't know how to see the more. So I ended up scrolling trying to get the more to pop
Yeah.
up. And I was like, it's another damn recipe. What is this? And I said, oh, okay, so maybe if I scroll back down, it'll take it back. And it did. But then I was just like, well, now I want to see that other recipe. So then it just went from there. And now look at us, 5 years later, I'm on quite literally on TikTok.
Yeah. Your face.
My face, voice, I'm
And
here.
all the hate that comes with it, but it's a good
You know
time.
what? I appreciate everyone that watches, likes, comments, shares our stuff.
Even if you angry, because even
Even
if
if you
you do it from
angry.
anger, do
If
it.
if you are a hater, thank you for watching.
Hate on me, hater. I got a song for everything.
Literally everything. I don't mind our haters. Just like the dudes that said, men be running through us because we have male friends that we ain't had no kind of relations with. Thank you for your view and thank you for your interaction. Thank you for your engagement because at the end of the day, that tells the algorithm to push us out even further. I'm like, if people true, not saying y'all should do this. If you're
Don't.
angry, keep doing it. Keep leaving messages. But people don't realize if it's something that they truly don't like, if you legit just say nothing, watch it until the point where you decide you don't like it and keep it moving, algorithm's gonna be like, nope, don't push that out no more. But people don't realize, or maybe they do and don't care, and probably don't care.
Yeah. There's on the vent.
They watch it, and you know most of the time when people get angry, they
They
watch it
watch the
more than
whole
once,
thing.
and they watch it more than once, and then if it's anything like TikTok, which I believe YouTube is, when you leave in a comment, no, YouTube will pause the short when you're leaving a
Mm-hmm.
comment, but TikTok won't. So all while you leaving this comment on TikTok, it's still
Views.
playing the short again. So I'm like, so now I got your engagement because you left a comment, and I'm gonna respond, which means you're going to respond to me because you're gonna want to comment back on what I said. Now we're getting more engagement on it, which now, again, you're now having to watch this short again. And I'm like, thank you for the engagement.
Because we
But,
respond like every single, even if we don't agree with it, we gonna thumbs up it anyway.
mm-hmm.
We gonna do it. We gonna do
Um,
it.
But what I was gonna say was I appreciate everybody that interacts with our content in any
Do
kind
it.
of
Do
way.
it. Do it. Do it.
But I will say we get the most interaction, the most positive interactions on TikTok. Um, we get a fair amount of interactions on YouTube, but we get a lot more negativity on
Show do.
YouTube.
They love it.
Um, But on TikTok, they always like, oh yeah, I love this. And there was one woman that said, I don't know how y'all came up in my feed, but I ain't mad at it.
Show ain't.
I said, look, hey,
Glad to be here.
welcome to the party.
Welcome to be. Happy to be here with you.
I
Come
will
on.
say this show is not meant for people that cannot handle hot takes because we got a lot of them. We
And we
have
gonna
our
say it. As
we
Nene said, we said
what
what
we
we
said.
said.
But
But
it's not
oh
even that. It's
no.
if people think about the name of this podcast, it
That
tells
should have
you
told you
everything
everything
you
you
need to
needed to
know.
know
It's called a girl's perspective. You are literally getting the perspective of
of
two
these girls.
women.
That's what you're
We
getting.
are these girls. And we invite other people to give theirs too. You can disagree with us. I hope people disagree with us because that is what drives conversation.
Let's talk about it. Just
I
don't just you ain't gotta call us fat and ugly disagree though. I'm getting real sick of
call me
this.
fat and ugly because
No. It's
I'm not.
so unoriginal. It low key pisses me off.
It
It's
is
so
unoriginal.
unoriginal. Say something. That's why your shirt wrinkly. Do something
Hey,
else.
look, I'm telling you right now, there is a good chance that
This
y'all gonna
shirt
see me
wrinkly,
on here with a wrinkled shirt. Cause I don't own an iron.
which is wild.
I'm not ironing a damn thing.
Sometimes you need it.
Nope. I will pop that dang thing in the dryer.
I like cargo pants, and sometimes even the dryer don't fix a cargo pant.
It's going in the dryer. And if it can't get it out, I ain't wearing it. That's a
Irons are
lie. I
like
still wear
literally
it.
$10.
So
You know what's crazy? The iron and board costs 3 times as much as the actual
does it?
iron.
I
Crazy.
I'm not buying it. If the most I'll do is buy a steamer.
No, that'll do.
But I don't even have one of those.
What about your curtains?
What curtains?
Oh, you got blinds. Yeah.
There's a reason I don't have curtains in
I'm like,
here.
what about you?
Yeah, I don't have curtains. I have blinds. So yeah, no, I don't even own an iron. Don't want one. Don't need one.
But why?
Cause why do I need one? Let me be wrinkled. Let me live my wrinkled life.
I can't. Some stuff has to be iron. Some of
Nope.
it. Now I look wrinkly by the end of the day, but it was iron when I put it on.
So then what's the point?
It looked good at first.
And ain't nobody
Cause
gonna
I
see
don't
it but you. Cause
starch.
soon as you
I
get in
don't
that car
starch.
and put your back against that seat, it crumpled up the back.
No, cause I got the heat warmer, so it knocked the wrinkle out.
Whatever. Maybe one day I'll be an adult and buy a iron. I used to own one,
Or
but
you could be
then
like the ghetto people. You know what you could do?
what?
If you really didn't want to buy iron, but you want to get the wrinkle out,
What?
use a hot pot.
Oh, what?
A
Nah, girl,
hot
I'm not about to get into this with
pot.
you. I'm not about to get in. What?
And go
No, you know what? Now I changed my mind again. I don't want to hear it. I don't
over
want to
your
hear it.
clothes.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good on that.
I'm
I'm
just saying.
not putting a hot pot on my stove. On not stove.
You
On
put
my.
a towel down first. You don't put it directly on the
I
clothes.
don't care.
I'm just saying.
I don't even own an ironing board to iron on anyway.
Use the floor if you ain't got an ironing
I'm
board.
not about to get my big ass on that floor. The hell?
A table. Like there's options.
I want to get rid of my table. I don't need a table. You know what? I want to live a bachelor life. I want to get rid of all my
No,
furniture.
you don't.
Yes, I do. And I want to have nothing in my living room so that if I want to have a day where I just want to dance around that living room, I ain't got nothing in my way. And you know what that also means? Less people in my house.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Bring it up to bar stools. This girl has like 8 fucking bar stools
I have a breakfast nook. You can't have a breakfast nook and not put bar stools on it.
and like 3 additional unneeded bedrooms.
No,
I don't got time for you and your mess. And 3 bedrooms that are completely optional.
no. One is the podcast room.
I said optional.
It that is no longer optional.
Anywho, this girl lived by herself with 8 bar stools. And I said, you know what? You can have a small get together, a good like 6 people talk about something. It's only 3 people.
I
I said, why
said
you got 8 goddamn bar stools in here then?
it's for aesthetics. It's not for people to sit on.
You could just have 4 spaced out bar stools.
Then it seemed like wasn't taking up enough space. So it's for aesthetics. I have one functional bedroom other than mine. So therefore, that means
You got
that
one
in my
guest.
house, unless you are a couple, there can be no more than one additional person here other than me. The logic makes sense to me. Because if they need somewhere to sleep, I got a bedroom for them. But if I had 2, 3, 4 people here, where y'all sleeping at?
The bar stools.
You don't want to sleep on a bar stool.
I
And
was like,
they
why is this? I don't know
and
why.
they ain't sleeping on my couch.
I don't know why so many bar stools is so necessary. It drives me nuts.
My brother gave me those bar stools. I
They're
don't know.
nice.
They are nice. They used to be his. Cause I wasn't gonna buy no bar stools. It was just gonna be empty.
I know it was.
Look, that stuff is just not a priority for me. That's what I said. Like if I ever do find a husband, he needs to know how to do that stuff. I'm not the decorator. I'm surprised I did well with this
It
setup
is
here.
cute.
But I'm not the decorator. Thank God I started liking K-pop because that's the only reason this stuff came up. And then my little painting stuff,
I
like that's
mean,
the
it
only
is
reason this worked.
true.
But he just gonna have to know how to do that stuff, or
Just hire somebody.
that's what I was getting at. Or our viewers could just help us get to the views and the subscribers that we need, so that I can start earning money from this to afford to get somebody to decorate for me.
It actually ain't bad. I don't think we need a decorator.
I ain't even talking about. I'm talking about the rest of my house. Shoot.
I ain't dealing with you.
But anyway, that's a good stopping point.
Yeah, because we just rambling at this
Yeah, we've
point.
been, we've been rambling this whole episode. Hopefully, we got something good. I'm still sending it to the editor. Like, hey,
Work
do
some
your magic.
magic.
I think this was a good episode. I
We
think
had a
we
good
talked about some
time.
good stuff. But anywho, hopefully y'all vibed with us.
Yay.
As per usual, if you liked what you hear, liked what you saw, if you're watching, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, 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 share. I just found out how important that actually is, even on YouTube, even though they don't tell us how many people share our stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean they do in our weekly analytics, but like
But
if I
not
look at
daily, yeah.
if I look at analytics for this video, it doesn't
It
tell
won't
me
say.
who
Shared it.
how many times it was shared. So we do get some shares. It's just not as much as I would like. So like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. On the audio platforms, make sure you leave us a review and rate us if you will. Otherwise, we will see you in the next one.
Bye, friends.
Deuces.